Hi everyone, welcome to the channel Sluggers. I'm Anupam Mishra and I'll provide a more detailed introduction about the channel as well as myself towards the end of the session. Okay. For now, let's jump into the 13th error of the series 50 most essential grammatical errors for the XAT exam. See, guys, this is not a random list of 50 most essential errors, essential grammatical errors that we have created. There's a certain process that went behind it. And for those of you who want to understand what the process was, I've created a different video where I explain that in detail, and you can check that video out by clicking on the cue card here on the top. Okay. Okay. All right. Then let's. Now, guys, the thing that we need to understand about articles is that it's one of the most extensive and variated topics of the grammar. Okay, you have so many lists. Like even within like as much as we understand that there is a general rule that we have that for cases or items which are defined, particular and specific in nature, you'd want to use definite articles, and for the ones which are not, you'd want to use indefinite articles, and then there's yet another group where you might not want to use any articles at all. So, but again, when you go into the depths of this, when you can go into the details of these lists, there's so many of them, and often you'll find that in some cases it gets quite confusing, and it seems a little paradoxical sometimes to with respect to the general rule, or maybe with respect to some other list. And I'm sure, like if you've studied articles at length in the past, you may have found that. But so hence in the what I'm trying to say here is that at least so far as the topic of articles is concerned, that if you've had substantial exposure with the English language, that will definitely place you at a better position when it comes to answering a question of a very answering a question where a very specific type of usage of article has been tested in the exam, right? So obviously that is not to say that we are not going to be preparing for it. Obviously we're going to be preparing for it, but the point I'm trying to make here is that the treatment that I'm providing to this topic here is supposed to be practical and pragmatic in nature, given the situation we are in, right? Hardly any time left before the exam. So, and hence, like in a different scenario, when we have substantial time, maybe we would go for a more detail-oriented treatment, right? Right now, we just need it to be short and effective. Okay, so let's start. See, let's start with the first sentence. It says the UK might flaunt the Thames, but we have Mount McKinley, not to mention Rocky Mountains. So obviously the UK is correct usage. The Thames is also correct usage. But we have Mount McKinley. Now it might seem like that Mount McKinley is a single mountain, it's a specific mountain, it's a unique mountain, it's defined, but and hence it should also have the definite article, but no, that's not the case. In case of single mountains are exceptions. Yeah? You don't use the definite articles with single mountains. Okay, like you don't use any articles with them. So, and not to mention, the next part says not to mention Rocky Mountains. So yes, we don't use the definite article with single mountains, but with mountain ranges, we definitely need to use the article, right? Mountain ranges require the use of the definite article the. You need to use the here. So hence this sentence is incorrect. You need to use that. This should be the Rocky Mountains, the way it has been written in the second sentence. Okay, let's assess the other cases. The first part says the UK, right? Now the UK. See the thing. The way I want you to understand the usage of articles when it comes to the name of countries is that whenever you have a country with a name which has some sort of modifying element in the name. For example, in this case, United Kingdom, right? So United Kingdom. Now, it seems like the word united here is this kind of modifying the word kingdom here, right? Like what kind of kingdom? The United Kingdom, right? So it kind of gives a sense of specificity and definition to the whole name, and hence that is why it makes sense that is why you need to use the article, the definite article here, the United Kingdom, right? And similarly, in the case of USA, for example, the United States of America. What states of America? United States of America, right? So again, there's a sense of definition to that, right? As opposed to maybe let's say Japan. Now Japan, there's no modifying element there, right? It's just Japan, or like India, right? So that's the reason why you will not use the definite article. In fact, any other article in case of the names of these countries, right? So yeah, so that's when it comes to countries. So whenever countries which have these kind of modifier names, you'd want to use the definite article the. Otherwise, you would not use any articles for countries which have single name. Like the one exception is the Vatican, right? Whenever you write Vatican, so you, even though it is a single word, you will use the definite article the here. But that is just an exception, okay? So don't worry about that. Yeah, you have to worry about that if it's part of your question, of a question in the exam, like, but don't let it hamper your understanding of the overall rule, is what I mean to say. Okay, so that's about countries. Next, the themes. Now rivers, yes, with rivers we do use the definite article the, it is correct. And also with celestial bodies like the sun, the moon, the earth, etc., we'll use the definite article. The idea is that they are unique in nature, and hence they are specified and they are particular. So yeah, we can use the definite article. Uh, the mountain ranges as well, like you'll use the definite article there. The only exception again happens to be, like as we already discussed, single mountains, right? That's where you don't use any articles, even though I do understand that it even they are specified and particular, but still we don't use you'll always say Mount McKinley or Mount Everest. You'll never say the Mount Everest. Okay, so I hope that's clear. Okay, so as much as I understand, this is not an extensive list of all of article usage, but still this is substantial enough for now. Now try this example by yourself. It says India is home not only to the holy Ganges but also to the mighty Himalayas. Do you think this is correct? Well, if yes, let me in the comment section. Just type yes. If no, let me know what should be the correct way of expressing this sentence. Okay. Finally, guys, my quick introduction. I'm Anupam Mishra and I'm Lucknow alumnus. I have worked in the past with organizations such as Hotstar, UNICEF, Apollo TAS, IMS, etc. I've also worked with an academy as an educator in the past, recognized by their Johnny Ive Award. And I was regarded as one of the top VRC educators that they had. These are my CAT credentials, and Sluggers is basically my endeavor to plug in all the crucial gaps that I believe there are in the test prep industry, starting with the CAT exam. Okay, now, yeah, so that's about me. Do move on to the next era. Okay.